that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of the Fiji Islands according to law. So help me God. Whatsoever disclose the counsel, advice, opinion, or
we've got to improve the economic parity in this country. We are committed to looking after the welfare and the interests of other races, particularly the Indo-Fijians. And the Prime Minister made that very clearly, and we are committed to it, because if you put another government here, that assurance may not be there. We can give that assurance.
So how will you
The interim civilian administration has fully taken over from the interim military government, and this marks the next step in our journey to return our country to parliamentary democracy and a new constitution. I should emphasize, though, that the Fiji military forces will continue to assist the police in the maintenance of law and order for as long as our assessment of the security situation requires their active participation. I commend His Excellency the President for the initiatives he took to hold consultations with all groups, including the George Speight group. If there are people who remain unhappy at not being included, it is not that His Excellency had not considered them. They have excluded themselves by their own decision.
Why should we leave this nation when this nation is in crisis? Let's all come forward and help this nation to come back. As an Indo-Fijian, I would advise my people to live in this country, harmony and peace, and love each other.
Well, I think George Speight has missed the opportunity of really decisively influencing Fiji's political agenda. There were a number of times where he probably could have carried some weight with the new administration, but he insisted instead on holding out with a group of thugs and terrorists on the outskirts of Suva and raiding various shops to such an extent that the military felt obliged to clamp down on him. You could also see that the previously announced interim government made a very sort of minimal effort to include some members of George Speight's entourage in the administration, and this didn't satisfy Speight and his group. They weren't going to get much more than that.
They never threatened us. He just said, "You'll be okay." They dropped us off in the bush to a village and left. The village people were very nice. They treated us very well. They fed us, really looked after us. We knew nothing. That was probably the scary part.